One of the things that worries me about running a channel like this, which is using AI every day rather than telling you all the latest gadgets and gizmos that are coming out of every platform and every company, right? I feel that I don't want to fall into too much repetition about what I do and use it daily for. In this case, I come across another article which I thought was worth exploring, and I sort of gain what is the best thing that you're going to get out of this. I think the best thing that you can take away from this is don't just trust one AI for an answer. We did explore the idea of creating different personalities, but in this case here, I'm going to take my base personalities and ask it a question about a video so I can get a four-way intersection across four different platforms about what the article's about. I think that's a pretty practical way of using AI these days, and potentially it's all done on the free tiers. So ideally, it's what you guys need to know. Anyway, let's get into it. Swapping right over now. Okay, so we will leave the books here, but anyway, we're in that one. The video itself is called, what was it called? It's from Hard Reset. Not a big channel, but interesting channel that comes up every so often. The last fuel we ever need is talk about what they call artificial photosynthesis. And I thought, good example of a good scientific article to really pull apart. So here we go. Let's dive into it. So let's go over to that side and go over here. Right, so see all my crappy workflows. Right. So we start out with Megan here. So of course now Megan is my normal working partner. It's pretty much my go-to. Megan again, ChatGPT. It's just like a killer robot. It really is. Again, if I don't watch what I'm doing, I'm probably sure it will try to knife me in the back anyway. But that aside, let's look at the question. So we have the transcript from the video, which I pulled out. So as each of these chat bots is going to have the same transcript. And again, what you're going to get out of this, what flavor do you like? I'm really not set on which engine is going to suit me. In fact, I'm starting to find 4 engines is better than 1. Maybe I need 5 engines. Who knows? Here we go. So what did Megan have to say about this one? Right. Okay.
All right. Let's put this artifact on the bench and see if the crystal ball fogs up or clears. First, practicality. What they're doing is real chemistry, not sci-fi. Electrolysis plus carbon capture plus Sabatier reaction is all known. Working tech. The twist is their obsession with cheap and good enough rather than perfect efficiency. That's actually believable engineering thinking. The catch? It's only i.e. 30 to 35% efficient converting electricity to methane. Pasted text? So it only makes sense where electricity is extremely cheap and abundant. Second, progress in the last year. Confidence? Medium. There's been quiet movement, not a loud breakthrough. Companies like Terraform are still in pilot and early deployment thinking, not mass rollout. If this had cracked wide open, you'd be hearing about mega projects everywhere. You're not. That tells you they're still proving economics, not just chemistry. Third, viability. This is the big one. Technically viable? Yes. Economically dominant? Not yet. It's competing against ridiculously optimized fossil infrastructure. Their whole bet is solar gets so cheap that inefficiency stops mattering. That could happen, but it hasn't decisively yet. So your garage verdict? The magic works. The spell is real. But it's still a benchtop ritual, not a world-changing factory line.
Yeah. So that's, of course, this is my working partner, and I quite like the output. But that's taken years to develop. I think I did the recollection recently, and I think it's about 2 years I've been working with ChatGPT. I suppose only the last month have I really sort of picked up on really using it every day. Maybe the last 2 months. God, it's almost bloody April now, isn't it? Anyway, so rather than I could definitely sort of go and explore further with this and sort of look at the company, but again, different AIs. Now this one here is more, that's a Google Gemini. So what do we have here in Google Gemini in there?
Refining the data from the hard reset transcript and subsequent developments through early 2026, here is an investigation into the status of Terraform Industries' atmospheric hydrocarbon technology. 1.
Technical practicality. The technology utilizes a three-step chemical process: electrolysis to generate hydrogen from water, direct air capture, DAC, to pull CO2 from the sky, and a Sabatier reactor to combine them into methane, synthetic natural gas. Efficiency. The process is claimed to be nearly 1,000 times more efficient at capturing carbon than biological photosynthesis. Infrastructure compatibility. The final product is pipeline-grade methane, 97% purity, meaning it is a drop-in replacement that requires zero changes to existing gas grids, power plants, or home appliances. Modular design rather than massive centralized refineries, the terraformer is designed as a modular 1 megawatt unit that can be mass-produced using common industrial techniques like injection molding. Progress over the last year, 2024 to 2026. Since the initial hard reset demonstrations, the company has transitioned from proof of concept to field qualification. Scaling production. As of late 2025, they successfully injection molded 6,000 components for their electrolyzer stacks, reducing costs to under $100 kW. Utility integration. In April 2024, they delivered the first batches of carbon-neutral synthetic gas to utility partners, verifying the purity levels required for commercial pipelines. Field deployment. 2026 is the designated year for full-scale field deployment at desert test sites to validate the Mark I terraformer in real-world conditions. 3. Economic viability. Viability depends entirely on the green premium and the declining cost of solar power. Cost targets. The company baselines its production at approximately $5 in BTU if solar electricity is cheap enough, which is competitive with historical natural gas prices in many global markets. Market dynamics. While conventional natural gas remains cheaper in the U.S., Terraform synthetic gas earned a $35 MCF premium from partners in early 2024 due to its carbon-neutral status. Incentives. The business model is significantly bolstered by the Inflation Reduction Act's 45V tax credit, which provides up to $3 kg for green hydrogen production. Monitor.
Synthesize data across 3 technological evaluation dimensions. Right? Good timing. There's actually a fair bit to unpack here. Let me work through your 3 questions. 1. Practicality. The core tech, electrolysis plus Sabatier reactor plus direct air capture, appears genuinely well understood. As Casey himself admits, what Terraform has done is not super original. Electrolysis and Sabatier chemical reactors are well understood processes. TechCrunch, the novel claim, is doing it cheaply enough to matter. The efficiency figure they openly cop to is telling. The Terraformer sits at roughly 30 to 35% efficiency converting electricity to gas, described as probably the least efficient synthetic fuel process ever seriously contemplated. They frame this as a feature, cheaper machine, but it remains a genuine constraint. 2. Progress in the last year. Faster than you might expect for a small team. In March 2024, they completed an end-to-end demo producing fossil carbon-free pipeline-grade natural gas. By April 2024, they delivered it to 2 utility partners at 99.4% methane purity, earning a green CH4 premium of $35 MCF. Terraform Industries then, by January 2025, they finalized a $26 million raise to complete development of the Mark I terraformer and deploy it at a desert test site, Terraform Industries. And by May 2025, they took delivery of a 480-ton plastic injection molding machine to mass-produce electrolyzers. Terraform Industries, that's a meaningful arc from demo to manufacturing infrastructure in roughly 14 months. 3. Viability. This is where it gets genuinely contested. Their own master plan targets natural gas market entry in 2025 that appears to have slipped. Sharp Critical Analysis published June 2025 argues that commercially available electrolyzers are already far cheaper and more efficient than Terraform's internal assumptions, which suggests their cost projections may be optimistic. Klasnot found the bigger structural question. Long-term natural gas prices around the Henry Hub benchmark are forecast to stay near $4 MMBTU through 2050, Klasnot found, which makes hitting price parity genuinely hard. Signal, monitor. Small company, real milestones. But the unit economics haven't been independently validated at scale. Skeptic case isn't that the physics is wrong, it's that the market may simply stay too cheap to beat. Want me to dig deeper into any one of those 3?
Not now, but let's have a look at the final over here. We're already into 10 minutes of the video, but what we're going to look at here, Perplexity is, again, it's its own like wrapper around multiple engines. So it might have a better rounded view as well.
The video the last fuel we'll ever need. From Hard Reset discusses Terraform Industries' Terraformer, a machine that uses solar power, air, CO2, and water to produce synthetic methane, natural gas, via electrolysis, direct air capture, and Sabatier reaction, aiming for carbon-neutral fuel cheaper than fossil sources. This technology promises energy abundance without drilling, though it's inefficient, 30 to 35% solar to gas, by design to prioritize low-cost and scalability transcription.txt. Practicality. The Terraformer integrates off-the-shelf components, like nickel electrodes, and limestone-based CO2 capture into a containerized unit for 1 megawatt solar arrays, producing approximately 1,000 cubic feet of pipeline-grade methane hourly at 25% utilization without grid ties. It's good enough for real-world variability, for example, cloudy days, and ties into existing gas infrastructure, but requires cheap solar, $20 MW, and scale to beat fossil costs, 2 to 3 MNM BTU. Challenges include handling intermittent solar via hydrogen buffering and ensuring safety with flammable gases, addressed via simple designs, Terraform Industries own plus transcription.txt. Progress? Last year. Since the 2024 to 2025 video, Terraform raised $26 million by January 2025 for Mark I prototypes, achieved less than $2. 50 kg green H2 and less than $250 CO2 capture in March 2024 delivered 99.4% pure methane to utilities for $35, and 99 pilots December 25 molded 6,000 plus electrolyzer slices with less than $100. Molded team growth in pilots. Focus remains on hyperscale demos +1. Viability. Terraformers could displace fossil gas if solar costs continue falling, enabling less than $1 kgH2 and profitability versus drilling's 25% success risk, targeting global deployment by 2040s for carbon-neutral hydrocarbons. Economic viability hinges on capex under $1 million MW and subsidies like green premiums, with pilots proving revenue potential. Long-term, it supports hard-to-electrify sectors, trucks, planes, rockets, and off-world use, but needs permitting reform and manufacturing ramp-up transcription.Terraform Industries.
Yeah, so it is actually an interesting sort of technology when you start to think about it. Given the current status affairs of the world and the what they call it, the Hormuz Strait, and the world supply of natural gas to places like the middle of Asia there, I think we've got some problems and we've got a solution already. We might see some good progress this year in this particular area. Anyway, let's ask that question before we wrap up. Okay, Megan, given the current Hormuz Strait issue and the Iran issue, do you see any escalated pursuit of this sort of technology this year?
Short answer, yes, but not in the way your garage alchemy machine would hope. What's happening right now is a violent reminder that energy isn't just physics. It's geopolitics with teeth. The Strait disruption is choking approximately 20% of global oil flow, pushing prices over $110 and triggering what the IEA calls a crisis worse than past oil shocks, the Guardian A. That kind of shock absolutely does accelerate interest in alternatives. But the direction matters. Here's the twist. In the short term, money floods into what already works.
Exactly.
That means more fossil extraction, more LNG deals, more emergency supply chains. Countries panic buy reliability, not experiment with new chemistry. Even now, producers outside the Gulf are expected to benefit from renewed investment in traditional energy supply, Atlantic Council. But under the surface, something quieter is happening. Every crisis like this reinforces one idea: dependency is the real enemy. Analysts are already saying energy security, not climate, is now the main driver pushing renewables and alternative systems forward. Lux research. That's where your synthetic fuel concept sits, not as a headline solution this year, but as a long-term, we never want to be hostage to a choke point again play. So, your garage verdict. This year, no sudden gold rush into solar methane factories, but the pressure cooker just got turned up. And technologies like this quietly gain strategic relevance every time the world gets reminded how fragile the old system is. It's like the wizard's spellbook getting more valuable, even if no one's mass-producing wands yet.
Yeah, so it is an interesting situation, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know how you guys are using AI out there, but this entertains me quite considerably in my senior sage years. At least I now feel a lot more, knowledgeable about the process. I'm, of course, now going to go and experiment or explore this particular thing they called, what was the actual process they called it? There was a name given to it. What do they call it? The technology uses the Sabine reactor, the Sabatier reaction. I'm going to go and explore this in and out. There might be another video, who knows? But no, again, it's just more exploration. But again, I don't know what you guys are using it for, but this is sort of what I use it for. And again, maybe this is what you could be using it for, which is what I'm trying to example here. Anyway, guys, peace out. Thanks again for all our membership that keep on giving me sort of clues and tips and tricks on things I might want to do. And we'll see you next video. Bye for now.